Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you are listening or watching the Inner Child Collective, where you and your inner child heal for the better. Welcome and hello. For those who don't know, I'm a psychic, intuitive medium, and author who specializes in inner child therapy, and I put a strong emphasis on historical and generational trauma and how those unconscious those stories that are stored in our unconscious mind play a huge part in how we feel about ourselves. And so connecting with the inner child and connecting with their struggles is a way of healing, okay, for the both of y'all. And I'm actually doing the inner child messages today, the inner child words of wisdom today for October 5th 2020. So I'm already tapped in, so let's go ahead and get this together. So I hope everyone's doing all right. And for those who are just now finding my channel, if you resonate with the message in any way, shape, or form, by all means, let me know by liking the video, sharing it on your social media, and also be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss another video. I'm pretty much doing it, stuff like this all the time, and just adding more as a result. I'm even on TikTok now, so just you know just be aware of that because I'll be posting videos on that as well. So let's get started. Dear Higher Spirit, what message do you have for the collective's inner child? What message do you have for the collective's inner child? Oh, wow. So falling in love. So kissing the divine in another and in yourself. So what I'm getting from this card is about loving the self and not sabotaging the self, falling in love with the self. So you're able to take care of yourself. Not only take care of yourself, but basically not to sabotage your efforts, especially if you have been working really hard. And so I have fallen into this category as well, as there are times when I do things or say things that that cause me to sabotage myself. And you're being asked to be honest about that, to really put yourself first and to be in love with the self and be in love with all your achievements and be in love with what you are able to do, because it's extremely important, with this type of work, with any sort of inner child energy work, to basically not only put yourself first, but to basically be honest about yourself as to how you feel about yourself, to love yourself and to, love that inner child, because we have been told for so long that we were unlovable. I'm just getting that, like, this whole thing about being unlovable, of being undesirable, of being untouchable, in a way of not being able to, exchange energy with other people without getting something hurtful in return. And so there's a lot of folks who have stayed away from people in the general public, or stayed away and hid from the general public, just because that fear of not being loved, or that fear of being judged. I'm getting a lot of fear, and also a lot of you are starting to step out of that comfort zone that you placed on yourself as well. That card is also speaking. Well, this card is also speaking about that as well. Stepping out of your comfort zone and realizing that the world is not as bad as you think. When you start to fall in love with yourself, you will start to fall in love with the world, because you're not looking for that evidence of someone trying to sabotage you, or someone trying to hurt you in some way, shape, or form. You see the world as a beautiful place. You'll begin to see the world as a beautiful place. You'll begin to see yourself as as a beautiful individual, when you start seeing the world with wonder and joy again. A lot of y'all have lost that as a result of of the trauma you went through. And so you end up, because of the trauma you went through, you hid yourself from the world. And so now you're being called to step out. I'm also step out to the world, and also step out into the world to be in relationships, possibly dating, possibly like starting new friendships, starting new um, camaraderies, basically, in order for you to recognize and realize that not everyone's against you, and not everyone is trying to fight you in some way, shape, or form. This is about this card here is about falling in love with the self, falling in love with the world again, being the magical child again. The magical child was a child who manifested, very much connected to the spiritual world, very much connected to their power, very much connected to their powerful energy. And so you're being told to like start, you know, especially around the solar plexus, start seeing your power again. Start seeing your power again, or recognizing the extent of your power, so you can start manifesting the life that you see for yourself. And so you can start making better choices in regards to your life, in regards to your personhood, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of self sabotage, and not that feeling you cannot do anything or you're not capable of doing something. It's just that stepping out of your comfort zone really does frighten you, right? Because of that fear of the unknown, um that fear of the unknown, and that fear of stepping outside of the story that you created for yourself. A lot of people are still stuck in that, whether it be consciously or unconsciously, very stuck in that mode of telling yourself a different story, telling yourself the same story of not being seen and heard by people who really do not care about you. There is like this narrative that keeps playing in your mind that as long as you are by yourself, you are somehow safe, and that narrative is no longer working for you, is not working for you whatsoever, at least not anymore. And so you're being told, at least in this week of October 5th, that it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and start to really evaluate why you are so quick to stay in the mindset, excuse me, in the mindset you have now, and not recognizing your power. Because my thing is like, I'm seeing this spiral of red and black around the solar plexus, and around it is like the sun. So you're meant, to be around the general public. You're meant to demonstrate your power among the general public, not in the way of possibly giving services, but just being in your power in general, and just being out and about in the world. So you're not by yourself, and you're not feeding into this narrative that somehow you are not to be seen and heard, or that people are dangerous in some way, shape, or form. So if you are resonating with that message, that is exactly the message that I am receiving for you. And also, let me go ahead, um now that I think about it, because I'm getting like a word of encouragement. Yeah, I'm just, for some reason, I'm getting like this energy around my ears, which is an indication that you have spirit. Spirits all around you, always trying to, always looking to connect with you and tell you what is going on and what is, happening. Because sometimes I'm also getting that, the changes. I'm getting that, the changes you have seen, um, the changes that you are to make in order to elevate to another level, and also to elevate to, self-love. And what I am getting is that there's a part of you that is just not, like, you are starting to listen, but you're very stubborn. It's like they're pushing you along. Spirit is pushing you along. And when spirit is pushing you like that, it's time to ask yourself why you're resisting as well. Because you don't mean to do what you're doing. You're now recognizing, or have recognized a long time ago, that your purpose is here. You're stepping into your purpose. You're stepping into your power. But what's happening is that because it's so unfamiliar to you, now, like, you're doing everything to, like, sometimes feed into the narrative or sabotage, so you can begin or continue to feed into this narrative that the world is scary, or the world is something you're not wanting to be a part of, or choosing to not be a part of. But there's just too much going on around you, and the spirit is basically telling you that it's time to step out, to be outside, to be around other people, regardless of the fact, of COVID being here. I know that people are now afraid, more afraid than ever, to get sick. but I'm also getting too that you are, as long as you take the precautions necessary, you are going to be safe and you are going to be sound. Um, and clearly, I'm just gonna. There will be nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's. I keep you know. What does that mean, spirit? What do you mean by there's something wrong with you? I'm getting that nothing is beyond your capabilities. Everything is within your reach. Is that and it's time for you to show the world your gifts. It's time to show the world your gifts and what you are capable of. And you are capable of many things. Okay, you're. I'm just really meant to tell you, like you're meant to go outside and you're meant to be like physically connected to people. You're not by yourself. Like this whole thing of possibly staying in the house too much is now getting to you, and so it's really pretty much time for you to just continue to be of service to people and continue to not hide and to allow yourself, I guess, like people to love you, right? You all this card is also 20, so make sure to look up 20, or make it be sure to look up 20, the number 20, or if you're one of those people who like adds numbers, or use addition in numerology, just look up the number 2 because 2 plus 0 is 2. So go ahead and do that, but also look up both of them, 20 and 2. So, what words of wisdom do you have for the collective's inner child spirit? The child is what I'm getting. It's not a coincidence. I'm getting, excuse me, I'm burping now. What I'm getting from this card, the words of wisdom, is to let your inner child, they want to play. Let your inner child come out to play. Let your inner child heal with you. Let your inner child speak their voice and to pay attention to what they are looking for, because your inner child, they want to come out, they want to communicate, they want to experience the world, they want to experience the very things that you are doing, especially if you're doing the healing work. This is a time for you to further um, allow them to come into your energy and to allow them to work and to heal with you, because what I'm getting as well is that you are to be spending more time with your inner child, especially when they feel as if they are being left out of the healing process. And so the more you incorporate the child into your work, the child into your healing, you are able to be aligned, okay? Because they're just as powerful as you are. They're just a kid-like version of you. And so what I'm getting is that this is a time for you to ask your inner child what they are looking for, what they are wanting, what they are requiring, not to the point where they're just over like taking over your life, but basically this is literally the time to start being with your inner child, to release the power of that inner child. So if you're feeling like restless or discontented in some way, shape, or form, is your inner child wanting to come out? Is your inner child wanting the world to reveal? They want to reveal their power to the world, but they cannot do that if you are stifling them in any way, shape, or form, or doing everything you can to like not listen to them. Because one of the reasons why you are struggling so hard is because your inner child is not being seen and heard. I'm getting that that is something that you dealt with in the past, and now this is the time for you to really step out of your comfort zone, because that is what your inner child is looking to do. That is what your inner child is looking to do. So if there is, let's see here. Yeah, they're looking to demonstrate their power. They're looking to demonstrate their power. They're looking to demonstrate like how powerful they are. They're looking for a voice. They're looking for their voice. And when you are when you and your inner child are working together, there is no struggle. When you and your inner child looking together are working together, you're not so they're just looking at this world with joy and wonder and exploration. They're not necessarily, looking to, cause trouble or to cause any sort of discord in your life. They just want to be seen and heard. So this is another thing too. Like this is a time for you to start loving and caring for yourself so you can love and care for your inner child in the way they are looking for. Because right now, they're just looking to align with you. They're looking to explore the world, you know, through you, and that's what you're being called to do. Okay. So if this, thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. If this message resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, by all means, let me know in the comments. You can also like the video. You can also subscribe to the channel so you will never miss another video. Also, if you follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, um, Instagram, and now TikTok. I'll be doing more videos on there very soon. Also, if you are looking for a more in-depth inner child archetype reading or inner child reading, inner child related reading, by all means, let me know by clicking on the links. On one of the links in the description, so you'll be able to go ahead and click on the appointment or the appointment type, and you'll be able to book an appointment, no problem. If you also know me through Nikila's network, I do inner child readings through that as well. By all means, if you met me through her, go ahead and click on that link as well. That way, I'll know, through her whether or not, or Acuity, whether or not I have an appointment. So, thank you so much for your energy. I really appreciate it. Until next time, peace.